Hi all, Renee here. I am here today to share the cards that I made for Kendra's card challenge number 10. If you're not familiar with Kendra's card challenges, I'll put a link down below and you can check it out. It's awesome, it's free, and she gives out lots of great prizes. So what it is generally is 6 sheets of 6x6 paper. Then she gives you all of the cutting instructions, and she gives you card sketches. For this particular time, it's 15 cards that you make out of 6 sheets of 6x6 paper. Well, what I used this time around was the excuse me, Backyard Bliss collection from Close to My Heart. It's a 12 by 12 paper plus stickers, and all I do is I cut it down to 6, and then that's what I use for my 6x6 papers. Most of the time they'll be fine. Every now and then there's going to be a pattern that's just too big in scale for a card, but that's pretty rare. So, and then most of what I used is still available. This is still available, and in addition, the bulk paper, which is a little bit different than what you get in the paper pack. The bulk paper is on sale in the clearance section, and the bulk paper is these 2 papers, front and back. So really good. I think it's like, don't quote me, but I think it's like $8.95 and you get 12 sheets, something like that. It's a really good deal. And that's the bulk paper, but the actual paper pack and stickers are still available. So without any further ado, let me show you what I made. These are all of the colors that I used because I did some ink coloring. It's kind of like watercoloring, but with inks. And when you do anything like that, or any kind of alcohol markers, anything, watercolor pencils, you want to use a solvent-based ink so that it doesn't smear when it gets wet. So I used Intense Black for those, and then all the others where I used black, I just used the regular black dye ink. And then these are the colors that I used for the rest of my project. So let me get these out of the way. And I'll also show you the products that I used if they're available. There's a couple things that aren't available, but I'm going to show them to you, and it'd be very easy for you to find a replacement for that. So on this particular card, I used a background die that I love. It's this one right here. It's Z3681 Stitched Lattice Background. This is great, and it's still available. It is retired, but it's still available. So I used that on this card for the background. And then I also used the Happy Mother's Day came from, I used so many of my stamp sets. This one is from the Say It All Occasions. Unfortunately, that little X right there tells me that it's no longer available, but these are general type of sentiments. I needed a bunch of Mother's Day cards, so this was the first one. And then the sticker is actually from the sticker sheet. So let me show you the sketch for card 1. Excuse me. I pretty much did it exactly as it's shown. So the only thing I did different is instead of doing 2 layers on the background, I just did the 1, which I did with this die. So that is card number 1. Let's see if I can keep these in frame. Then for the next card, and this one here, card number 2, again, pretty much exactly as she showed it, except I only did 1 layer on the background instead of 2. I used that same die. And then for this particular one, I used this Stampin' Thin Cut that I absolutely love, and it is still available. It's Z3764. This is a great one. There are no sentiments, but there are dies for every one of the stamps. So I'll give you a quick look. Let's see if I can. Oh, it's sticky. That's a sign of a good stamp when they're sticky. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it because I used so many of them and I didn't get them directly back on to their little things. And of course, like I said, it has the dies. So for this one, it has an interior, excuse me, an interior sentiment. So I put the sentiment on the inside. And for this one, I painted it with ink and just a water brush. Really, really little amount of water is needed. And then for all the black little dots that you see, that's just a Sakura Jelly Roll pen, so it has a little bit of a dimension on it. But I really like the way this came out. I did cut this out. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on the camera. I did cut it out 3 times and glued it together to give it more dimension without being too thick. So that's card number 2. Card number 3, for the background, I did use a retired background die. However, even if it was available, I would tell you to not get it unless you really like poking out little tiny things. This one, everything just fell off. It was so easy to use. I didn't have to clean up anything. It was awesome. This one, I spent forever getting all these little holes popped out. Now, it came out really cute. I really love the way it looks, but yeah, but it's retired, so I'll save you that hassle. So this is card number 4. Is that right? No, card number 3. So for this one, I changed it up a little bit because I was using a paper that is a one-way directional paper. So I would say for papers A and B, if you're doing this, I wouldn't recommend one-way papers for those unless you're fine with turning the way that the orientation is on the card, which I was totally fine with that. I think it worked out fine. And then the little bird is from the sticker sheet from the paper pad, and then the same sentiment that I used on the other cards. I love the way this one came out, but again, this was something else doing that background. Excuse me. Allergies. Oh my goodness. So then this is card number 4. This one I also turned sideways. I mainly turned it sideways because of the butterfly that I wanted to use. It didn't look quite right when I had it this way. So I did turn this on its side, and I like the way it came out. These pencils are watercolor pencils, but I didn't use any water on them. I just used the pencils on their own, and then that same sentiment. So in this one, I also cut out 3 times. I think I did that with all of the die cuts. I cut them out 3 times, glued them together so that they have a little bit of dimension. Then card number 5, I did it exactly as it's laid out here. And for this one, I again used watercolor pencils, but I didn't use any water on it. Cut it out 3 times, glued it together. Now this little scallop circle, this particular one, it looks like this, is no longer available. However, there is another one that is Z4636. Looks exactly like this, has stitching and everything. It just doesn't have these little cutouts, so it would be a solid scallop. And then I also used, for this one, I used this middle size of just the basic circle dies, any circle die you have. Now that Z4636 scallop circle set comes with the one that doesn't have the holes in it and a circle die as well. So you get both in the one set. And I think it's like less than $10. It's a really good deal. So there's this one, and again the sentiment is on the inside. Put that one there. So then this is card number 6, and I did pretty much what it called for. I did turn paper C because again it was a one-way paper, so just keep that in mind if you're doing some one-way papers. Now this could have gone either direction, and I did think about doing it this way, but the more I moved things around, I liked it this way. So this little pot is from this gnome set that unfortunately is no longer available. I will show it to you though, and if you may be able to find it on eBay, it's Z3781. There's the number on it, Z3781. I love the set. I've used it so many times. Of course, I have nothing to back it up to so you can see it better. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, I'll do my hands. No, that doesn't work either. I can just see if I have, oh, there we go. There you go. Now you can see it a little bit better. So I use this pot right here. And I really love this set. I've used it a lot. I've used it a couple times in these cards even. So find yourself a set that you really love, and you'll find yourself using it more than just the one time when you bought it, for sure. So that's that set. I cut it out 3 times. And then the Hello Friend was also from that same set. It was actually just a single line that said Hello Friend, and I did some stamp surgery and cut it in half. Don't be afraid to cut your stamps up. Cut them up, because you can always put them back together on the block and use them the way they were intended. But I find more often than not, I'm going to use them a different way anyway, so I cut them apart. So there is that one. Then let's go to card number 7, which is this one. This design was so fun, and I wish I would have cut out a paper that was really different from front to back. I'll give you a closer look. This one's not that different front to back, but I still love the way it came out. And then the sticker was from the sticker sheet. This is the small of the basic circles. And then I just used a Le Pen, to draw the little dots, because I thought that was cute. And this also has the sentiment on the inside. But I think this would be really pretty with some paper that was very different. Because what you do, this is just one solid paper. You cut in an 1.5 inches in the very center, and then you fold the 2 corners back to get that look. So I really like the way that came out, and I'm probably going to use this particular design on some of my Christmas cards, because I have some Christmas paper that I think I love both sides, and this way I could use both sides with minimal cutting, because if you've been watching me for any length of time, you know that I do a lot of Christmas cards. So then this is card number 8, and I pretty much did it the same way. I did my sentiment a little bit different, but other than that, I did it pretty much the same. And this Miss You was from, let's see, yeah, it was from the other set that's retired. I am so sorry, but this set right here is still available. This is D2052, and it has a Missing You that would be perfect to use on this type of a card. But I really like the way this came out. Again, it would be really nice if I had used some papers that were much different than each other, but still coordinated. These ones coordinate, but they're not very different from each other. The other thing I would do is if you're making this is card number 8, paper C, I would wait to cut paper C in half until you have it on its background paper, and then cut the whole thing at one time. In the instructions, I'm not sure, I think it had cutting it in half. Let's see, paper C, let's look. We'll look real quick. Paper C. See, it had you cut it in half right here. I wouldn't do that. I would hold off until you go to make the card, and then cut it after you put it on its paper, on its matting. And then these little guys are just some little dots from my stash. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Some little dots from my stash. So just use what you have. I think it turned out really pretty. I love the colors on this one. Okay. And then card number 9, I pretty much did card number 9 exactly as it's shown. And again, this is that scallop circle die that's no longer available, but we do have the one that doesn't have the holes in it that would work perfectly. I did colored pencils on this one as well. And I stamped this one in a blue, in sapphire blue. Don't be afraid to stamp things in other colors other than black. I thought it made it really nice because it picked up the sapphire on the paper. That is what I like about our inks, is the inks coordinate with the papers perfectly. So we'll move those up a little bit. Card number 10 used this particular stamp set, which is the May stamp of the month. You can get this stamp set with a $50 purchase. You get it for $5. If you are a VIP, if you're have any interest at all in being a VIP, you earn 15% back on purchases. It has an annual fee, but it's real small. You make that up in just a couple of months. If you spend $50, you get the stamp of the month for free. There's also special VIP events, VIP kits, things that are only available to VIPs. So if you're interested in that, want more information, leave me a comment down below, or go check out my website, or you can join my Facebook group. I welcome everyone to join my Facebook group. It's a great place just to see a lot of ideas, talk with other crafters. It is a private group, so you don't have to worry about weirdos in there trying to hit on you, doing anything weird, because you have to answer questions. If you don't answer the questions, I don't let you in. So check out the Facebook group. There's a link down below. But I love this stamp of the month. It's so cute. Little stinkers. So I used this one with the stinking cute. And I love the way this came out. 10, 11, and 12 are all very similar cards. But I'll show you the differences between them. But here's this one. So this one is this 10? No, this is 11. I got these out of order. This is, you know what, I'm going to show you these three because they're so similar. They are the same layout, just with the different papers. So for this one, unfortunately, this stamp set is no longer available. It was a special from a couple months ago, I think. Sending Paper Hugs. Great stamp set. If you look maybe on eBay, you may find it, CC32320. It's a great stamp set, and I used it a couple times in this project. And then this one, again, unfortunately, it is not available any longer. I love this stamp set so much. I will hold it up so you can read that for yourself. It's just, I thought it was such a sweet little stamp set. And so these were the three that I did for 10, 11, and 12. I thought they came out really, really cute. And then let's turn the page. There's a lot of cards in this. You make a lot of cards. This one was so fun. When I was cutting it all out, I thought, oh my gosh, this card is probably going to put me in the ground. It was so fun. It was so easy. My husband helped me pick out colors for it, and I think it turned out really nice. I really love it. This boot was from the sticker sheet, and the You're the Best, was it from this one? Oh, unfortunately, I think it's from the set that is retired. Yep, it's from the set that's retired. Really, whenever you see sets like this, they have all kinds of sentiments in them. They are a really good idea to pick up because you'll find yourself, like I did, using it all the time. But I really like how this one came out. I changed it up just a little teeny tiny bit. They wanted you to put the embellishment up here and then put the sentiment straight across. But with this boot, I thought it looked better being down a little bit more. So I used the rule of thirds and put it at the bottom third. You usually cannot go wrong using the rule of thirds. So then I'm running out of room. So let's rearrange these guys a little bit, because I want you to be able to see them. So there's that, there's that. So the next one is card number 14, and I used one of those gnomes from, unfortunately, that gnome set that's no longer available. And then the Misty was also from a retired stamp set. But again, like I showed you, this one is available, and it has a lot of the same sentiments. So I pulled this out to show you what you could find still. But I like the way this came out. I think I would have liked it better if I would have alternated, like used this up here, the same, or used the other side of this is wood grain. So what I could have done was done wood grain and then the peach and then wood grain. That's just for my eye. I think I would have liked it better. But overall, I think it turned out cute. So there's that one. And then the final card, card number 15, I did it pretty much the same as what it has. The only thing I didn't do is put those pieces of bling down there. I just used one little embellishment right there. And again, this was from that stamp set that is retired, so I apologize for that. But I also used the background die again. Really like the way this came out. If I had it to do again, I think I would have switched the colors and put the peach, put the green in the background and the peach here. I think that would have really pulled out a little more of the colors and give it a little more contrast. So, but you know, it's just paper. I can make it again. I've got enough paper. I actually, from that 12 by 12 paper pack and sticker sheet, I could actually make this entire set 4 times. and still have paper left over. So yeah, it's a really, really great way to get a lot of cards. So I hope you enjoyed these cards. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Which one of these cards was your favorite? I am really torn. I really like this one. I really like this one. I like that one. It's too much. I can't pick. But I'd love to hear what your favorite card is. So thank you so much for watching today. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love to have you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. I don't send you anything. Hit the red button down below. If you find out you hate it, you can always hit the red button again and it would stop the subscription. If you hit the bell, it'll send you a little note in your YouTube letting you know I uploaded a video, which I haven't been that good about uploading videos lately because I've been busy with other projects that I'm not quite sure how to film. I've been doing a lot of sewing and a lot of crochet. Kind of, those things are long and drawn out. I'm not quite sure how to film them, but I will work on figuring that out if that's something you're interested in. So with that, I will let you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.